What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. There's a trade alert, breaking news here on Friday, July 23rd. It has been reported by Jon Heyman, which was the first guy to report it. Don't trust him, but Ken Rosenthal was on it. Bob Nightingale. They have all reported the same thing, which is the New York Mets have acquired starting pitcher Rich Hill from the Tampa Bay Rays in exchange for Tommy Hunter and Double-A catcher Matt Dyer. Now, some quick info on who the Rays will be receiving. According to Jon Heyman, he says catching prospect Matt Dyer goes to the Rays for Hill. Dyer is a fourth rounder from last year's draft. He is strong defensively, but hasn't hit much yet. Now, it also looks like this Tommy Hunter guy is a reliever, according to Ken Rosenthal, because he tweets out, if this deal is completed, the Mets will become Rich Hill's 11th Major League team. Side note, returning to the Rays, as reported by Joel Sherman, would be reliever Tommy Hunter and Class A catcher, infielder, outfielder Matt Dyer. So it looks like this Matt Dyer guy is kind of what the Rays are all about. A guy who can play multiple positions, but someone who is not fully developed on the offensive side of the ball. But again, a catcher, infielder, outfielder, very versatile it seems like. But again, Class A guy, he has a long ways to go. But for the Mets and getting Rich Hill, this was a very good move by the Mets. You know, an inexpensive arm. They needed to add an arm. I mean, they had the money to throw out to teams, and it's actually was reported by Bob Nightingale. He tweeted out this. He said, the Mets have been reluctant to give up their top prospects in trade talks, but told teams they are willing to take on money. Quote, they added about $800,000 in payroll with the acquisition of Rich Hill. So they had the money. I mean, Stephen A. Cohen, you know, $800,000 ain't nothing to him. like, you know what I mean? So the good thing is the Mets had the money. If you had the money, you can make these type of moves, and I'm sure the Mets will be more active as this deadline approaches. This is just the first of many moves, I think, by the New York Mets here, this upcoming trade deadline. Now, when it comes to Rich Hill and what he will do for that starting rotation, well, he'll do a lot of good things. Why? Because that starting rotation is hurting right now. I mean, you have Jacob deGrom, he's on and off the IL, the big horse. Then you have Carlos Carrasco, he's been out like all season. Then you have David Peterson, who was on the 10-day IL. But the point is that they honestly only have Marcus Stroman, Taijuan Walker, and Taylor McGill, who are healthy and available to pitch for them in that starting rotation. Rich Hill would be a great left-handed pitcher for the Mets. A finesse type of guy, a guy who induces a lot of ground balls, not a high strikeout guy, but can get the occasional K. But I mean, this guy would do great things for the Mets, and is going to do great things for the Mets here on the home stretch of this 2021 baseball season. I think it was a good move by the Mets. I think it's going to become an underrated move by the Mets eventually. Once the deadline is over and you look back and you can see what all the teams did, I think this move by the Mets is extremely underrated. I think Rich Hill will do great in New York. I think he'll add a lot of value and stability to that starting rotation who is hurt right now. That's the type of guy Rich Hill is. He can add a lot of stability to that starting rotation in New York. So that's all I got for today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts on this trade by the New York Mets in acquiring Rich Hill from the Tampa Bay Rays for a pair of prospects. Alrighty, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you later.